You know, I'm influenced by a lot of different creatives, and not just painters, not just sculptors, but, from filmmakers to animators, comic book creators. Which runs the whole gamut, I find, and I kind of pull inspiration from all of those things because you tend to create what you know, and what you create is supposed to be sort of a reflection of you and your voice. And so for me, I'm a big nerd. Like I really love film, I love animation still. I'm a big kid, I play with toys. All of those things that are kind of constantly in my ecosystem in some way play a part into the inspiration of the creation of the work that you see me put out day in, day out. It was all through exploration. It was all through trial and error, mostly error. I sort of failed my way into a lot of what I've been able to do. Just sort of mixing loose and tight. It's sort of a single stream of consciousness where I don't have a definitive agenda as I create something like this. It's just I approach the canvas and kind of get out all my frustration, my angst, and however I'm feeling in that moment, and just kind of let it pour out and then step away to see what it is. After a while, the narrative starts to reveal itself. What is the truest intention of this piece? What is the real meaning of this piece? It has a funny way of just sort of naturally revealing itself. So the bottle design came about through the thought of the initial piece that I had put in the Artisan series years ago. It was a piece that sort of mirrored the one behind me, and I wanted to sort of reconnect that journey. So I wanted that bottle to kind of tell that story. Bombay, from their logo and their crest, it has that sense of royalty. And so I wanted to, within the design, I wanted to be able to kind of incorporate that. You kind of see a bit of that narrative where you have, a finger, tooling around a crown, or different images and people that would and should sort of engage with the brand and the feeling of what this thing, is and what this brand sort of embodies. You have to think about how the design will sit from this angle or this angle. It's a lot different than doing a painting, obviously, because it's a three-dimensional object. It was a challenge, but it was fun at the same time, and it was one that I was, up for. So, yeah, man, I hope folks like it. I hope folks dig it. I felt like it was only right that Bombay, Sapphire, and myself were able to do this together. Something that benefits Black Lives Matter Chicago, to support the crucial work they do in fighting for racial justice in my hometown.